All right, guys, welcome. Today I'll be exposing Peter Schiff. I'll be going through a lot of his content, some videos about his politics, going through gold versus silver, and a lot of his things he talks about when it comes to his street interviews and the reason how I got to Peter Schiff. So basically, guys, I've been watching Peter Schiff since I was in the Air Force, watching since I was a young E1 or I guess when I put an airman basic, and I got exposed to him by a friend that talked about some economy stuff. When she showed me Peter Schiff, I was pretty much opened my world to investing. I wanted to go through in this video and talk more about him to see one, have a conversation about his stuff, and two, you see if you guys have any knowledge about him. If you don't, I think he'd be a good channel to check out. But let's dive into it, guys. Expose a lot of his stuff about him, and maybe you disagree. I don't agree with him completely on everything. Some of the politics I do agree. Some of the things about precious metals I agree. But when it comes to cryptocurrency, I would highly disagree on him. So it's not that you have to agree about everything. You just have some commonality and how he can help you out. Understanding his view because he's very vocal. We start going to his channel. He has about almost 600,000 subscribers, 2.4 thousand videos. He makes some very long podcasts or very long live streams. We have 1 hour live streams, and you can see this is 30 minutes ago, an hour ago, and I'm sorry, an hour video. He makes these long podcasts, either with video or without, and just you can hear him talk. And he goes through and has business interviews. So if you want to find someone who's very successful in the business world, who also manages a bank, I think is one very good source to talk about. Let's get into some of the differences though. And this would be the gold versus Bitcoin. Now, there are a ton of things that he talks about when it comes gold versus Bitcoin. Give me a second.
An equivalent store of value.
We're going to watch this clip about on Yahoo News about him talking about gold versus Bitcoin. Now, a lot of people love cryptocurrency. Some people hated cryptocurrency. For me, I do like cryptocurrency. I do stick with the big ones. But when it comes to him, he's a kind of like a perma bear, like always bear on crypto. But we'll get into that real quick.
Goldbug, and equally famous for his criticism of Bitcoin as an equivalent store of value. We're looking at the emergence since like 2011, just after the 2009 financial crash. Satoshi Nakamoto, Bitcoin. Now, where does Bitcoin come into this? Do you think that this is a good competitor or store of value against gold? Like, you're renowned as somebody who's quite critical of that. Has your stance changed?
No, I don't think Bitcoin, in its present form, has a role in a post-fiat world. I think Bitcoin, like a lot of the other coins that are out there, 20,000, they're the equivalent of fiat, as far as I'm concerned.
When it comes to also crypto, and we know how Bitcoin has been going from, and he was been around. I think Bitcoin was a sub $1,000 to now Bitcoin, topping $70,000+. It's kind of interesting. He says, it would have been a good trade if he got into it, but he completely missed the mark on this. I think Bitcoin is a great asset. I think it also is a type of money. It's very different than, fiat, and Bitcoin does serve purpose and value. So you can be a really well respected person in the business community, investing community, and still be wrong. I think he is wrong about this. If you go through this video, he does talk about how he calls Bitcoin a Ponzi scheme, and I'm like, come on, man. Like, gold has its it has its area. It's been over 5,000 years of history about it, but when it comes to Bitcoin, we only got a couple years, but it's been doing absolutely amazing so far. But we'll see. I understand that his argument, if you guys want to listen to it a little bit more, his argument about how it's not being used. But let's move on to more of the political side. Actually, one more thing about precious metals. I'm sorry, crypto. So here's FTX was a fault of the Fed. I do like when it comes to Peter Schiff, how he goes into and talks about a lot of the faults that we're having, or a lot of the issues that we're having, are pretty much the government or the Federal Reserve, the Fed's issues. So when you watch him, he talks about the Fed and how they allowed this problem to occur. This is basically the FTX fraud and how he went into it and thought on his thoughts onto it. So we'll play the intro and then move on, okay? If it will load. Oh, 1080p, my bad. That's fine. Let's do like 360p.
Now, to help us understand the collapse of FTX and what consequences.
Now, is he always right, guys? No, just letting you know. But he always gives his opinion. He's not afraid to not say, what's out there. So that's one thing I do respect about him. He always gives his opinion about things, especially in the finance world. Oh, wow. Why are we going so slow? Give me a second, guys. But while this loads, we can skip it. I had this preloaded earlier. We'll skip that a little bit. We'll get into some of the politics. And this is something that I think would help out. He has hundreds and hundreds of videos that we can come, look through and analyze, break down. But I think there's only two main videos that truly people should watch out of all his collection. Okay? So let's go through the first one. This one is Peter Schiff, Occupy Wall Street. I'm the 1%, let's talk. So basically, he's in the 1%. He's a 1%er. He goes around talking to people about business investing, asking them questions, and it's a back and forth. And he's talking to the people about what it is about being in the 1%, and also what about it is about in politics, like his point of view. And a lot of people start getting their eyes open to different perspectives because they don't ever meet people in the 1%.
Come down here to Occupy Wall Street to represent the 1% and see if I can have a dialogue with the other 99%, maybe see if we can find some common ground, and maybe I can help educate the people to direct their protests to the more appropriate source, because it's my opinion that they shouldn't be here occupying Wall Street. They should be in Washington occupying Pennsylvania Avenue. They should be protesting in front of the White House, in front of the Federal Reserve, in front of Congress, in front of the Supreme Court. Knock down.
Look at that. He just wants to guide their anger and say, hey, you guys are not angered, they're protesting. But like, listen, you guys want to protest here. This is not the right spot. You need to protest the people who are actually manipulating you and being out here. I like that. Well, so let's go through a little bit more.
Down here protesting capitalism. Capitalism is the only solution that they have to their problems. It's not capitalism that has failed them. It's socialism. It's corporatism. It's crony capitalism. It's fascism. That is the problem. Capitalism is the solution if we can only fully embrace it. Anyway, we got a few people around here, and I'm wondering who in particular would like to address any of their grievances and maybe tell me what they're hoping to get from Occupy Wall Street, and maybe we can maybe come to some solutions or put them on a better path. Anyway, I don't know if you're filming the crowd. We have a question over here. All right, what's your name?
How many people in the 1% are people who do stuff like this? How many big business owners or owners of banks or big time investors? Like his guy's on Fox News when he was with Tucker Carlson. He's been on a lot of business channels. How many people go out their way to do this stuff and help educate people or show them their perspective, his perspective? That's why something I really thought was very impressive about him. So this is one of the first videos I even saw when it first came out. Like I was like, wow, is this real? This wasn't even on his channel. He actually added this later when he was talking about this in another video, another live stream. So let's go through this right here. Like we'll go through some of the conversations.
For me to talk to you, I
All
formed
right,
an
hold on.
autonomous line.
Let me get this thing.
I remember this one.
I think that you'd appreciate this.
All right, what's your name?
My name is Sage.
Oh, yeah, Sage. Okay, go ahead.
So in order to talk to you, I formed an autonomous line.
Okay, so where's the...
So I served my community in order to get something for myself.
Well, did they pay to be on the line?
No, what I wanted for myself was to talk to you.
All right, well, go ahead.
So what I wanted to say was, what did you want to accomplish from coming to Occupy Wall Street?
Well, I wanted to come down here because I see a protest movement, and I agree with the sentiment, and I agree with the fact that you should be protesting. It's just, my point is it's Washington that should be the recipient of the protest. You guys should be marching on the White House and the Federal Reserve demanding your freedom back.
I like that. He actually talks about who are the core problems. And a lot of the view of Peter Schiff, and to make it in a nutshell, is basically the federal government has too much power. We should reduce the power of the federal government and give it back to the people, or give a lot more back to the states. I think I agree overall on that the state should have more power and the the federal government has less, because it gives you more flexibility. If you don't like the rules happening in California, you can go to Texas. If you don't like those happening in Texas, you can go to New Mexico, or go to Wyoming. There's other states that you can bounce around. So when it comes to something like this, I thought it'd be really cool to talk about his perspective in that. Let's show the next video. And this is a part 2. Peter Schiff, speaks of the 1%. That's basically the Indian. He was out there for a couple hours and speaking to the people, asking general questions. And I thought that was a really good thing for you guys to actually see. Let's play a little bit.
Can I be Secretary of the Treasury?
If they had no power,
oh man, that was actually a good
there'd be no lobbying. There'd be nothing to give out.
And here,
We don't want the government to be able to pick winners and losers.
Thank you. This was during the time when he was talking about picking winners and losers, guys, because it's loading pretty slowly right now. But basically, the winners and losers is basically the government bailing out the banks back in 2007, 2008. I'm sorry, 2007, 2008. The government was bailing out all these companies, all these individuals, and they weren't bailing out the people. So that's why I like you talking about reducing the size of government and bettering the lives of the people. But that's just another perspective. Tell me what you guys' thoughts are about that. Also, when it comes to inflation, I like how he's not always right about this stuff, but we got a comment. There's a reason why you don't learn and understand how finance and taxes and government works in detail. Yes, that's a very good point, man. It is very rare that people talk about the details of the breakdown of the government. So Peter Schiff breaks down how the government works in a ton of detail in a bunch of his videos. How the government has the power, how they got the power, and how corporations, basically work with them to manipulate that power. Here's a good video of how he talks about how the government and how they are basically going to make prices sky high. This is 3 years ago, and even today prices are up, way up. And we'll see how President Trump does in his presidency. But during the the Harris and Biden administration, prices are up, and he talks about that, why they're going to keep going up during this administration. And so far he's not wrong. He's been right on a bunch of topics, and his stock picks, the stocks that his Euro Pacific buys into, have been pretty darn good. So I'd tell you, like, if you want someone who's pretty spot on when it comes to stuff, check it out. Check out his stocks, and I'll get into more into that in a second. So if you're looking at his company, Schiff Gold, he does sell precious metals. And if you're looking at buying precious metals, this is one avenue. I think it is a little bit more on the expensive side, but you still get that precious metal. He also has storage. And this is one of his big business models. He does make money off of his Peter Schiff show, his YouTube channel and stuff like that. I think it's really good if you want to learn finances. And he has a ton of videos. We go through on that. Look, go through his live. We're talking for an hour. Talk about microeconomics, talking about politics, talking about businesses, investing, trading. He gives a very good perspective on a lot of the stuff. It is boring, but after years of watching this stuff, you get used to it. You take some, you take with a grain of salt a lot of the things he says. And if it's good, I actually invest into a couple companies that he was talking about, and I was like, this is some of the best stock picks I've got. One of my favorites. It's absolutely amazing that he calls us out. I know this was going to be one of those big bangers, but this is something I wanted to really talk about this week, was Peter Schiff coming up. So let's get to the other stuff. So most people, not most people, a lot of people will buy through Peter Schiff Gold. If you want a different avenue, if you're looking at buying precious metals, which I think a lot of people should have in their portfolio, and if you're going to look at having your portfolio, check out APMEX. This is not me. I don't have a affiliate link to them. I don't have any way of making money off of them, but it's just a great platform to learn to buy from. There's some really good deals. They have some knowledge about buying. They also have online storage they can get into, so that's another avenue if you want to build a portfolio in that area. But if it comes back to, we go back to Euro Pacific Asset Management, this is actually a really good breakdown. You can see their shares are all these ETFs that he's running are all up. Now, only I think one of them beat the S&P 500, but they're all doing really good. So if you're looking for some alternativeness in your portfolio, this is something to check out. And it's also a little bit different because I don't talk about people in the economy world. I usually go after forex scammers, traders scammers, stuff like that. But this would be a little bit different of a trend. So there's no guru or fake guru checklist going to come out of this. More like it's just some common knowledge if you want to improve or increase your knowledge about it. I also have his books. If you want to buy his books, try it out. I have read a bulk of them, so some information about that. But so far, I think he's a great source of information. And if you guys think differently, let me know in the comment section. I just want to make this video about him because I'm someone I've been following for years, and I think it'd be really valuable information for you guys. It is kind of boring, and I know you guys don't like boring. You guys like to be entertained. Just how it is. People want to be entertained. But I think you'll learn a lot, and it can also improve your investing and also your portfolio. One of the best out there. You know, him and Mike Maloney, I think are two big combos when it comes to, where's my book about that? Here's his first book that I got. When it comes to Mike Maloney, if you guys want a good person like that. So, something like this. Here we go. So that's another thing if you guys want to check out. I'll make a video about him sometime later. But I just know that this video won't do as good as the others ones do. But I think it'll be very valuable to my audience and some of the subscribers. So if you guys want some really good information about economics, trading, business, I think this would be the channel for you. So if you have any questions or comments, let me know, guys. We can update the scammer checklist. Give me a second. Let me bring it up real quick. And yeah, guys, if any questions, let me know. I know this one's a little bit different, a little bit slower. Was actually up it up and play some funny stuff a little bit. Market actually here. I'm gonna, while I get the checklist out, was actually play one of my favorite clips.
The life of a black hero has never been
We
for
get the
meek of heart.
boondocks. Let's get it.
You better hurry and subscribe. Do you hear me? Yo, I'm going to watch that fake guru. Not said no. Subscribe. 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 Hurry up and subscribe. Oh, what did I tell you? Hurry up and subscribe. You little bitch.
Welcome, punch!
Sorry about that. My if you guys didn't notice, I think it crashed. I hope the live stream's not broken. Let me see if we're live still. I think we're live. My computer's actually running super slow for some reason. Either the stream is running slow or something's running slow. It says connecting. I think I'm live. Okay, I'm still live. Fantastic. So here's the current list, guys. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. I can add to the list and we can get this populated a little bit more actively. Here we go. So I'll give you guys some updates too about the last video I did with the Yarimi University. Basically we had a massive debate in the Discord. And I would say I did crush all of them. Like, it was an easy debate. A lot of them were actually not trying to debate, which I actually liked and enjoyed. It was actually a good conversation, but a lot of it was actually really bad. And it was name calling on their parts. I know how to hold myself in a conversation, so I don't need to make fun of you. It just shows your your confidence, shows their confidence. But it's interesting. But I'm making an updated video about that, and I'll give you guys some more juicy details about that, guys. When it comes to the next couple videos, I am working on the where's he at? Not JadeFX. Where's that guy? JTR, something like that. Yeah, TJR. I'm still working on that video over there. I'm waiting for my meeting with them. to see how that keeps how that's going. Also working on one of the recorded videos with Alex, and I'm hopefully can get with Adrian on that video so we can have a couple have a good collab video on them. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing some other live streams, not like this, because this was kind of more of a we got wait, you're live, yeah, keep going. Some name calling, they called you a ninja several times in the Discord. Join now. Let's actually check out the Discord real quick. Let's see what's going on over there. Give me a second, guys. F11 Discord. Let's see what they're saying, because I mean, to me, the way they reacted was very bad on their part. Like, you can definitely tell that the individuals are not doing so good. Let me see. We got Corey in there, but he was in there from earlier. We had the Peter Schiff. We had a lot of people join. Just to verify, guys, I'm not going to sell you anything. If you're going to buy something from me, it's not going to be what you expect. Especially, like, it's not going to be like some signal service and stuff like that. Yeah, that Discord had so many people. I recorded it, guys. So get ready for that video. I know it's going to be a banger. Not like this Peter Schiff video. This is more for me than you guys. I actually know that it's not going to do very well. It's just how it is. It's not one of those trending topics that people are bashing Peter Schiff. I mean, it'd be nice to get him on the podcast so we can talk. A lot of questions. I think the audience would really enjoy it, because talk to someone who's a professional in this market, and getting his political view would really help out. But we'll see. The Yamiri gang, yeah, I'm sorry, the Yarimi gang, oh my God, they made themselves sound so bad. They have no idea how bad it is that they were arguing against themselves. Like, amongst themselves, they were arguing. I'm just chilling and listening to them. I'm like, they're still going. This guy had them wrapped around their finger. Not me. I'm talking about Yarimi. It's not good. There's a lot of bad that's being associated in their Discord and in their community. I hope they analyze it and figure it out. But my updated video will add a new layer that will be unrefuted. And I hope they ask Yarimi about this stuff and not me, because they're coming at the wrong person about this stuff. And it's obvious, because when you're asked that kryptonite word of P&L, long-term broker statements, and it just destroys them, then you go bananas, it's not a good sign. But I'll get into that in a little bit, guys. I have to build that video up, and it will be a banger. I really hope you guys enjoy it. But when it comes to the rest of these guys, if you guys want me to add to the list, let me know. I can add people. We can go over through and get the rest. If you're a member, guys, you know you guys get first dibs. So if you're a member, hit me up and I'll put you in the group. If you're not already in the group, and we can vote on who do you want me to cover or not. Oh, you want to cover or not? Okay. Let me see. Our next thing would be, yeah, that's about it, guys. Yeah, it's not a long video. Don't want to make it too long. I just want to talk about that simple stuff. I know we had that craziness in the Discord. Almost 30 people debating one guy, and those guys can't even keep calm. Craziness, man. But yeah, that's the video, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. I know Peter Schiff is not the most popular guy, most popular topic, but to me, it's a lot of fun. I like watching this content, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. I'll see you guys in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And once again, peace. See you guys tomorrow. Oh, also, I'll be in the Discord after this, so you guys want to talk to me, you can hit me up in the Discord, okay? All right, guys. Peace. Hello?
Yo, dude, you're goofy.
I'm goofy? Dude, my stream didn't even end yet. I just joined.
Yeah.
Right? It's like,
Oh.
I got this huge delay happening. Like, I hit